Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian! Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. Hey. He rejected us.
And this brings me back to last week's conversations. Speaking of mutants, you three mutants were screaming at this channel, telling everyone, why the fuck would Florian Wirtz want to go to Liverpool?
Hey, mutants.
Just say Wirtz wants to come to the Premier League. Okay, and let's say you both put 100 mil on the table, 200k wages. Who does he choose in a straight shootout?
City.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, mutants.
City have more pull. Arsenal have more pull. Chelsea have more pull.
Like, I don't think we're going to drop that
big
money.
name you're going to get. Like, I've already seen hundreds linked with Man U big names, hundreds with Arsenal, with Man City. Liverpool?
Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, man? Hey.
I'm so ashamed.
They're not getting Florian Wirtz. What they're saying here is that, like, we ain't getting the guy. We don't want the guy. But if he moves to England, we're going to pretend like we're interested. Hey, already agreed a deal with Bayer Leverkusen. They don't want it to drag on. Soon as City get the green light from Florian Wirtz, the deal will be signed that day. Florian! They're in the chat, yeah. I'm on a fucking stream with 3 mutants who are ready to pounce. Mutants.
Husam, do you agree that they have more pull than you?
I'm so ashamed.
But he doesn't go Liverpool. No way.
He don't go Liverpool. I agree he don't go Liverpool.
I don't think he goes to Liverpool. I'm
Well,
not
let's be
have
honest,
Liverpool.
yeah. Let's be honest, yeah, as well. If Liverpool was serious, yeah, wouldn't the slot be there? Wouldn't slot like it'd be for partying, getting steam up? Florian, I want to go through these stages of grief, innit? They don't want
Thing
to
is,
do
it
that,
gets
bro.
worse, LB. It gets worse.
Florian, oh yeah, it's Liverpool here. If you do decide to come to the Prem, let us know, mate. We might offer you a deal, innit? I think I've already said I think that Liverpool story was a load of rubbish. I'm gonna talk about this for the next days, mate, because it's interesting. Hey, he didn't meet Liverpool. He did not meet Liverpool. He did not meet Liverpool. He met City and only City. It's City v Bayern. Florian, how art thou, Florian? Well, I think we've agreed a deal with Leverkusen. We've agreed a deal with Leverkusen. So, in terms of the purchase aspects, I think that's all pretty much agreed. It's now just a case of, can we agree it with Wirtz and just Wirtz give us the green light? Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, man? Dimitri. He's a top don.
Yeah. That has got to be one of the greatest intros ever. Shout out Dimitri. Dimitri, I love you, bro. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've sent me some clips. You get me? Shout out Dimitri. Big up to all of you guys. You get me? Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I actually like this one a bit more even than the rap song because he's just like, oh, he's not going to Liverpool, bro. He just met with us. He just met with us. Anyway. The Wirtz has landed. Remember when you were in doubt like a week and a half ago? You fraud, and I told you to calm down. Told you, mate. Anyway, joining us on the channel, of course, is everyone's favorite and my favorite person to work with. Everyone knows.
Man's riding another man's neck, you know? How's man got his nuts that close to another man's?
I heard him saying that he said, I was surprised for going, he's incredible boy. Wonderful. I'm not sure. I don't hear that, but people told me that the crowd was already singing his name. It's just great.
Yeah, digging, mate. I love you. But it's time to go.
Gotta mix these packs and potions, no peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on a block like Werner, backroad lurker, fully paid bro, I'm an earner. If I pass, I'm a head top turner. Them elders are washed like Sammy Kadira. And they should start calling me uncle, because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam.
How are we, Tom lad? You good?
Hello, mate. I apologise I wasn't looking at the screen. I was just going back to LB's channel, looking at his quick descent into madness when Florian, who was apparently in Manchester and definitely wasn't in Liverpool, and it was between City and Bayern, turns out was in Liverpool because he was agreeing a deal. How wonderful.
No, I think Dimitri went back and he actually checked all of them. He was fully adamant at the beginning, at least. Yeah, he was fully adamant at the beginning, at least, that he's gonna go to thingy. He's gonna go to.
Well, according to LB, they'd agreed the deal. Man City agreed the deal with Leverkusen. It was just about agreeing it with Florian.
Here we go soon. What such a bunch of assholes, honestly.
And let's say Man City couldn't get him, Bayern to get him. Why would he leave Germany? Why would he leave Germany?
100%.
And
He's leaving Germany right now, though.
Let's just say, for some reason, he didn't pick Bayern. He's going to play for his old manager, Xabi Alonso, at Real Madrid. Because he'd never pick Liverpool.
Never.
Liverpool don't have that pull.
Yeah, we don't have the pull. Liver no pull.
Yeah.
Liverpool
don't have the money either. We don't have the money. Even
remember the infamous wants to live in Liverpool? Typical classist sponsored. Yep. Liverpool's a shithole, Husam. You don't know about it. Yep.
I'm sure the chat can tell me, where exactly in the world is Florian Wirtz right now?
The city that no one wants to live in.
But why would he be there if he was going Man City? Why would he be there if he was going Bayern?
I've got no idea. I've got no idea. Fairs. Anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Thomas Little's channel is in the title. It's not even in the description because we have space in the title right now. Guys, you guys already know how Husam X Tom Little is. This show won't even be a long one. It's going to be an hour 15 max. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I don't want to keep interrupting the show to say like and subscribe. Guys, I recognize all of you guys in the chat. Close the live chat. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's all free buttons. It costs you nothing. I'm not asking for any money, no super chats, no nothing. Just close the live chat and hit the like button right now, please, you guys. So, Thomas, I think there's only one topic we should start with, which is the Wirtz news. It looks like it's going to be Florian Friday. How are you feeling about this whole Wirtz situation now that it's like it's closer? Like, we already got the here we go, but you know, like, it's closer to being a reality when your club announces it type shit?
I'll be honest, it won't hit until he's announced, if you get me. I don't, I've had the little dopamine hit to seeing him land and all that, but with how quickly it got done, and then the long wait between, where we knew it was going to get done, it was just about the negotiating, that took a bit of the shine off it. So, for me, I get dead excited and I'll be dead hyped again when he's announced tomorrow. But for now, it's just like composure, calm. I'll be honest, my head's elsewhere on other targets at the minute. It'll have a brief return for Florian Friday, but right now I'm thinking about a certain striker from Sweden and a certain centre back from London. I think he's from. I hope.
Who's the striker? Who's from London?
The centre back from London.
Oh yeah, centre back from London. Yeah, okay. I heard that wrong. I heard striker from London. I'm like, who the fuck?
No, I'm after the striker from Sweden.
Ketia? Like who?
I'm bringing Ryan Brewster back, mate. I'm sure our buyback's still eligible.
Hey, that story never fails to amaze me. Like I thought Brewster was gonna be somebody, and he just completely flopped at Sheffield. That was the transfer I really didn't expect to flop anyway. But we'll speak about the centre backs and stuff in a day. So in a bit, I mean, not in a day. How do you feel now about this whole Wirtz thing? Now that he's a Liverpool player, like the three guarantees, if you would like, that have zero speculation around them whatsoever, is Kerkez, Frimpong, and Kerkez.
I like how we haven't even agreed a fee or got a here we go for Kerkez, and yet we all know it's a
We
fucking
don't need a
penalty.
here we go with Kerkez. He's been. I called him earlier on Twerkez. You get me? I swear. Now the guy wants to be a Liverpool player. By the way, as cringy as it sounds, this is what we deserve. We deserve players who want to be Liverpool players. By the way, that's literally what we deserve. We deserve players who want to join Liverpool Football Club.
What we deserve is to watch players who want to play for Liverpool Football Club and laugh at the players who don't want to play at Liverpool Football Club, like a certain someone who made his debut yesterday and got hooked after 65 minutes for Lucas Vasquez.
Oh, so you're gonna make the Wirtz section about Trent? Come on.
No, I'd never mentioned anyone's name. Florian Wirtz is Florian Wirtz, mate. For the past month, I have been harping on about how he's the best number 10 on the planet. Liverpool have never not never, because back in the 70s and the 80s, not Liverpool signed best in class. By the way, you've not been seeing the past couple of days. This one account's been tweeting out comps of players from the 80s. Fucking hell.
Yes, Alan Hansen and stuff.
Our players were so good. I cannot believe we've let them get forgotten in these debates. Alan Hansen's moving like fucking Van Dijk.
Yeah, you've let them get forgotten, not me, mate.
Have you not seen that clip of Dalglish, the one that's been going on the last couple of days? He gets pushed over to the floor in the box. The defender's trying to get the ball off him. He basically does a back heel through his own legs on the floor and then crawls through the defender's legs, gets up and has a shot.
Do you know that in my all-time Liverpool United combined 11, I only put one United player?
They don't get the keeper. I'm just going to go through my head and figure out where it is. They don't get the keeper. They don't get the right back because of Phil Neal. They don't get the centre backs because of Hansen and Van Dijk.
They're
not getting a left back. They're not getting a left back because you can pick Alan Kennedy, Ray Kennedy,
Stevie Nicol,
Steve Nicol, or Andy Robbo.
Midfield 3, Gerrard.
Oh, we're doing midfield 3. I thought we were going to do midfield 4.
No, Gerrard, Souness.
Okay, midfield 3. Gerrard, Souness, and
you could go Roy Keane, maybe.
But this is why I was going to go for a midfield 4, though, because I think it makes it a bit more. Both these teams play a lot of 4-4-2, so I was going to go that back 4.
Oh, like two wingers, you mean? Yeah,
like two wide men. So on the right, Salah, no debate.
Yeah, on the left, Ronaldo.
I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put Ronaldo in it. Not for his time at United. It was a good spell, but it was only 4 years. On the left is John Barnes.
Up top is who?
Well, we've done midfield as Gerrard and Souness. Up top, Kenny.
King Kenny has to be there.
The United even have a striker better than Ian Rush?
Probably not. I put Ronaldo in a combined 11 all time.
But is Ronaldo's?
Yeah, but he won the Ballon d'Or. What he did culturally for the Premier League, blah blah blah. Like I would put him above.
John Barnes' culture was massive. John Barnes.
No, of course. But then you have to put Ronaldo up top with Dalglish. Then
I don't think Ronaldo gets in. I think there's other players that have more of a chance. Like Bobby Charlton's got more of a chance of getting in. George Best is probably running Mohamed Salah mighty close.
Bro, Robbie Fowler is not even like top fucking 5 on the list, bro. Allow it. You guys just say names for the sake of it, honestly. Yeah, George Best, you could say.
Roy Keane, I'm happy to have in debates in the midfield.
Thierry Henry infamously played for Liverpool and United.
He was great at Liverpool, weren't he?
He was great at Liverpool. I loved Henry's stint at Liverpool and then the stint at United after.
Gary Neville can probably have a little bit of a talk about right back, especially since I'm not including.
Nah, Gary Neville ain't better.
He's not getting in, but he can be like the backup option.
Yeah, he ain't. But anyway, here's back to the topic. Here's the thing with the Florian Wirtz signing. Fowler doesn't make it. Fowler won't make the bench because we're talking about Kenny Dalglish, Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres.
No, he gets in ahead of Suarez and Torres just for.
You could go Bobby Charlton. You could go George Best.
Fowler was good. Fowler was good, but we're talking about the elite of the elite. Yeah, like elite
of the elite. He's not in the caliber. That's what I'm saying.
Like even if I'm just going from the teams and like from the 1900s, better than Fowler, Dalglish, Rush, Keegan was better.
Yeah,
Kevin Keegan was a joke.
John Aldridge.
John Aldridge, even though he only had a year and a bit. Ian St. John, Roger Hunt. That's 6 right there. Who have probably... Aldridge is a bit of an iffy one because he didn't spend that long here. He was very good when he was here, but he got forced out a little bit early. I mean, Moniz could make an argument for Peter Beardsley as well. Because he had a bit longer. So again, Super Sub David Fairclough as well, another one. Like, people
Firmino doesn't get ahead of Howler, Iguana, guys.
People do not understand how good that Liverpool team was in the 70s and 80s.
Because we dominated Europe and England.
Mm-hmm.
The only team to ever do it. Speaking of domination, let's bring it back to this era, Tom, because that's what we're trying to do.
No, I just want to say one last thing on it. For people who don't know, go look at Phil Neal's trophy history. That's the one to look at because he played in every single team of that era. Go look at his trophy cabinet. It's the biggest joke you will see. Anyway, carry on.
By the way, Nunez gets into the worst combined 11. Like, worst team ever, we put Nunez in there.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Eric Jemba. So here's the thing with the Florian Wirtz thing. And I've picked this up before, but I'm gonna mention it now again. Look, people are not deeping it. A German football player saying no to Bayern and yes to Liverpool is one of the greatest things ever that people are not mentioning. People aren't really deeping it. German players, and by the way, this was shown by the Dortmund sporting director, which is like, I'm very upset that Florian is leaving the Bundesliga. I would rather he play for Bayern than play for Liverpool. You know, Germany has this whole like, oh, we want all our best players to be in our league and blah, 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 and etc., etc., etc. So the fact that Florian Wirtz chose to play for Liverpool Football Club ahead of Nunez news from Devo Cup.
Yeah, Liverpool, it's not, I haven't got it off Devo Cup, but I've got it off Padula, who Devo Cup's got it from. Liverpool will be happy with 42 million plus add-ons for Darwin Nunez. Napoli have already reached 37 million and insist on negotiating quickly to avoid interest from other clubs.
Yes! Let's fucking go! This is coming closer. Oh, Ya Allah, thank you for ending the
you know what that can only mean though, Husam, don't you? We lose a striker. We got to speed up our recruitment for a striker. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been reading the last couple of days. Which player has been getting linked an awful lot the last couple of days?
Do you not want to talk about Wirtz at all? Do you want to just talk about Isak?
Wirtz is something to talk about tomorrow, really, isn't it? When he gets announced.
Yeah, but fair. You want to talk about it tomorrow, no problem. But you know, let's talk about Isak. Let's talk about Isak. But can I tell you something? You know, chat, I'm very disappointed in you guys. Very disappointed. Because we're about to talk about one of the best strikers, and your conversion rate is pathetic. Because we have 1,100 people in here, and we're not even at 300 likes yet. So you are all a bunch of Nunez's in the chat. I wouldn't have it if I were you. What's the difference between all of you and Darwin Nunez? Nothing. You're all a bunch of Darwin Nunez. Close the live chat. Hit the like button. If I was in your place, I wouldn't want to be called Nunez. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And you know, that's an insult right there, like no other. So speaking of Isak, here's the thing, Tom. You know, when I was doing the thumbnail for the stream, because Vel took all my thumbnail money and went on a holiday to Morocco. I can't even take a holiday myself, but the guy that works for me is on holiday. It's crazy.
So that's why the thumbnail was such low quality.
No, the thumbnail is good today. It's not that bad. Come on now. It's not that bad for someone who can't make thumbnail. Here's the thing.
I mean, I'd agree, but then I'm seeing Kerkez in a Liverpool shirt, Wirtz in a Liverpool shirt, Isak in a Liverpool shirt, and Guehi in a away Crystal Palace shirt.
Yeah, but I can't put people in a different shirt yet. I'm not that good. Like I'm good enough to make a thumbnail, but I'm not good enough to.
Has no one done a kit swap for him yet that you can just nick?
No, unfortunately.
There you go. There's one right there. Oh, it's not the greatest fate. It's not the greatest.
Yeah, that's the thing. And plus, remember, I need to put it in the background remover and shit. So I'm not even the one removing the background. Anywho, back to the topic. So, Alexander Isak. How, what, when, why? What's going on, Tom? What are we cooking right now?
We are cooking the finest meal that we've deserved for a number of years. Me and you have been doing shows. We've been in this space now for about 4 or 5 years, the pair of us. When you've been doing it in the way that we've been doing it for as long as we've been doing it with the people that we know, you've figured out very quickly how to decipher what is real news and what isn't real news. The one thing about this Isak stuff is it refuses to go away. By this point, typically, this would have been shut down. James Pearce would have taken immense amount of pleasure from dropping his typical reports are wide of the mark. But this refuses to go. What you are hearing is Liverpool want him, Liverpool could get him, but X, Y, and Z need to happen. And what have we been hearing over the last couple of days, Husam? X, Y, and Z is happening. Y is happening. And Z is going to happen. If X, Y, and Z happen, Liverpool can sign Isak. A great one like money is no problem for Liverpool. It's just about if the player wants to join. I think it's pretty fucking obvious the player would join Liverpool.
For me, you know, this is the most pathetic thing about the conversation, specifically with like fans of rival clubs. And to be fair, as sad as it sounds, even some Liverpool fans, guys, who the fuck do you think we are? Like, do you think we're some bitch club who are unattractive? Honestly, as soon as I mention Isak, shout out to Jack Howe, I'm gonna drop his knowledge again. Suddenly, all of Isak's family members and friends appear in the chat. He's the centerpiece of the Newcastle project. He's the centerpiece. They're going to build Newcastle around him. Bro, Liverpool are the favorites to win the Premier League. We would immediately become one of the favorites to win the Champions League. What do you think this is? Do you think we are Burnley Football Club? Do you think we're just some random football club? Yesterday, when Jack said this, this is a bar I'm going to steal for the rest of the transfer window, because as soon as you say, like, Isak to Liverpool, all his family and friends appear in the chat directly. Oh, he's not going to go. Who gives a shit if he's the centerpiece of Newcastle? With all due respect, who the hell are Newcastle? Who the hell are Newcastle compared to Liverpool Football Club? They've just won their first Carabao Cup in 70 bloody years. Liverpool Football Club are 6-time Champions League winners and 20-time league winners. And I'm going to sit up here and go like, oh my God, why would Isak come to Liverpool? Papa? You want to know why? So he can win the Champions League. You want to know why? So he can win the Premier League. Because guess what? By the time this Newcastle project is finished, Isak going to be about 29. He might not even be the starting striker anymore. He might have not even maintained his level anymore. He don't know what happens with him. And let me make something very clear. One thing that I love about Liverpool Football Club is we will try for you. If you reject us once, we're not coming back. We showed it with Chouameni. We showed it with Jude. We showed it with so many different players. We ain't coming back, bro. We ain't coming back. Zubimendi, that little bitch, rejected us last summer, and now he's headed to Arsenal to be a loser, just like the other losers. Just like the other losers at Arsenal, he has decided to be a loser instead of a winner. So you left a loser club, and you're going to join a loser club. Because guess what? For the last 5 years, Sociedad and Arsenal both have won one trophy, which is the Copa del Rey and the FA Cup. That's it. That's your football club right there. That's your football club. So that bum-ass loser went there, and now I'm supposed to sit up here and think that Isak is going to reject Liverpool Football Club. Are you mad? I think there is only one scenario where Isak might reject Liverpool, and I will tell you all, guys, fares your cooking, which is if Alexander Isak wants to go to Barcelona. Now I will take a step back. I'll go like, listen, guys, you guys are all being objective. It's fair because Isak probably wants to be the next Zlatan. He grew up dreaming of playing for Barcelona. But with all due respect, don't tell me that Alexander Isak wanted to be the next Shola Ameobi or Papi Cisse, and I'm going to sit up and go like, oh yeah, he's the centerpiece of the project. Newcastle cannot do what City did 15 years ago and do Saudi Airlines
That's the
200
point,
million,
Husam.
Saudi chocolate 200. You cannot do this. That's
That-
why we have to strike
That's the
now
point.
before Lewandowski thingy. But Isak has to say yes to us. Isak has to say yes to us.
Isak is
And
not going
I'm
to
sorry,
say
I'm
no
sorry.
to us.
I know how you want to, but I just there's something I want to respond to. Husam, it's time to tuck your chain and say you've been wrong about FSG. No, it's time for you to tuck your chain and say that I've been right about FSG. Because for the last 4 years, I've been asking for this money to be spent. And now that we spent it, what's your excuse? What's your excuse for the last 4 years then? What? It just takes one transfer window and you're all here asking for apologies for the ownership. Fuck Fenway Sports Group. Because for the last 4 years, we haven't spent the money. So I've been right all along. We do have the money. We are capable of spending the money, but we haven't spent it. That's why I haven't criticized them this transfer window. Because guess what? We're spending the fucking money. That's all I have ever asked for. Ambition. All I want is my football club to be ambitious. There's nothing to talk about. You're wrong. You wanted to credit FSG for this title. You're the most shameless human being at all when it comes to this Fenway Sports Group thing. I promise you, John W. Henry is not going to shag you, Emeka. You know I love you. I work with you all the time and shit, but he's not going to shag you. He's not going to give you half his net worth. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know who I am. But just say the truth, bro. You wanted to give credit to the ownership for Arne Slot's fucking brilliance because he won the league this season? 100 man versus a gorilla. If I give 100 men a machine gun and they kill the gorilla, I deserve credit. If I give 100 men a wooden stick and they beat the gorilla, they deserve the credit. End of discussion. Well done to Arne Slot. Well done to Mohamed Salah. Well done to Virgil van Dijk. Well done to Ryan Gravenberch. Well done to all these players for winning us a league title this season. Not the fucking ownership who gave him Federico Chiesa. So fucking just irritating. Like, oh, you're wrong about FSG. Why? Because of one transfer window. Actually, I'm right about FSG because for the last 4 years, I've been asking for this spending. So the moment that the football club are doing what Husam asks for, you're telling me apologize because you were wrong. How? How does that make sense? All I've ever wanted was, and Tom knows this because he's been working with me the longest relating Liverpool content. He knows this. Guys, all I've ever wanted is for Liverpool Football Club to be ambitious. That is it. Get me to the mountaintop and keep me at the mountaintop. Why the fuck are all the Liverpool fans excited? Florian Wirtz, Kerkez, Frimpong. Now, I'm going to ask Tom a question. You know, Tom is very objective about the owners. He is someone who he said he's FSG out for non-spending reasons. And he said he even supports the way that we do business. So he's very objective about this. Tom, very simple question. Let's say 2 months ago, I told you I want Wirtz, Isak, Frimpong, Kerkez, and Mark Guehi. Would not every single person would have told me, have you ever been to Anfield? Do you know more than the ownership? You're a bedwetting virgin who plays football manager. Would that not what have been said? I suicide bombed your mother last night and she was amazing. And tell her the breakfast was amazing. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes, to words of that extent, yes. You would have been called everything under the sun and told to be more realistic.
So guess what? It's happening now. So we're capable of doing these things. Thank you very much.
I think, look, the Isak thing, let's be honest. Isak would not say no to Liverpool. There's not a planet where he says no to Liverpool because Barca can't afford him at this point in time. So then I'm looking at the here and now. For the people saying, oh, but he's the guy at Newcastle, what would he be at Liverpool? We tried to make Darwin Nunez the fucking guy when we had Mohamed Salah at the football club. You think we wouldn't try to make Alexander Isak the guy? Because guess what? Every manager wants their team to play to a striker. We are now going to have a striker that is fucking good. It becomes a lot easier to play to that striker. To the whole fucking... Also, on the Newcastle point, why would they sell? You said it best. Newcastle cannot do a City.
They can't.
The rules don't allow you to do a City now. We done what Newcastle did. We were in the position they were and got to the top. But we didn't get to the top without a sacrifice. Felipe Coutinho was the best player in the Premier League for 6 months. And we had to cull him along the way to afford to build the squad. To afford to build the squad, we had to cull him along the way. Newcastle might have to do the same thing here. because their squad isn't all that different to the current. Their squad's not that different to the squad from 2 years ago when they were first in the Champions League. Tonali's there now, but outside of that, it's not necessarily all that different. That
By the way,
squad
Newcastle haven't signed anyone yet, right? They haven't.
no, not yet.
Yeah, they haven't even signed anyone yet.
They couldn't handle both competitions last time. I don't think there's much to say they could handle both competitions this time now with the squad that they've got. But if they can get 130 to 140 to 150 for Isak, and they spend, I know that they're interested in Joao Pedro, so they get Joao Pedro for 60. All of a sudden, you've got wiggle room there of upwards of 100, 110, 120 million to work with to build out your squad to get you Champions League football next season. And then all of a sudden, once you're consistently in the Champions League, you start opening up the consistent revenue streams, widening your PSR gap, and meaning that you can spend more money without having to sell. It's a process. Isak was, as good as Isak is, I don't think Isak was ever going to be the guy to finish the Newcastle project, because it just would take too long. I think
the thing is, I actually think it's better for Newcastle to sell Isak and build their squad. I'm not even bullshitting. I'm being dead serious right now. Even if like Isak goes, okay, let's say Isak goes to Barca, right? Even forget the Liverpool scenario. If Newcastle take that money and then go after that and spread the money elsewhere, like let's say they sign Harvey Elliott, they sign like Joe Gomez, like whoever, like let's say they take the 120 million and sign.
Sorry, Husam. Hi, Peter. I am a drippy scouse swat, aren't I? What number do you think Isak's going to wear at Liverpool? Do you reckon it'll be 9 or 14, mate?
Wait. Don't even look at the chat. Someone earlier on suggested that we should give Isak 66. Wallah. Someone sent me a super chat on my earlier on stream. He was like, what do you think about Isak 66? I'm big dead serious. Just think about it. For the pure shithousery, how amazing would it be?
Do you know what? I'd rather just give the 66 to random people and just tarnish the numbers legacy.
I'll be honest with you. Isak 66 would fucking bang. I'm not even lying. Isak with 66 under it, bang. Immediate. I would buy the shirt directly. I would put money in FSG's pockets then. And you know how long I haven't bought a shirt for. Hey, my dad got me a shirt and I made sure it was the fake one for my birthday. I'm like, where did you get this from? He's like, don't worry, it's fake. Like, even my dad knows. It's just fake, don't worry. I'll be honest with you. Alex Isak 66, banger. That would be such a shit house move. And speaking of shit housing, I want to reference what Stephen said earlier on. The meltdown is globe and even at the prospect. I love how fucking unbelievable we are. How fucking unbelievable we are. Bro, did you see that AFTV guy? James, I think his name is. He just put in the quote tweets, if Liverpool sign Isak, I'll stop watching football. Like, it's just, because there's just no point. If we have a front four of...
They're shit scared. Every team is shit scared of us.
If it's Wirtz, Salah, Isak, and whoever, couldn't give a fuck who's the left winger. Don't care.
I mean, we say that. We've got a left winger who got 18 goals last season and 6 assists, and a left winger who got 17 goals and 9 assists. So that's pretty much 25 goal contributions from both left wingers, added on to 40 from my striker, 30 from my 10, 40 from my
I think
right
we were
winger.
doing it all.
Mate,
okay, not quad or anything.
Do you know what it is?
We will go back to back, and I think we will be one of the favorites for Champions League.
Oh, 100%. The rivals were always scared of us and our potential. But it was always a case of they're never going to spend to realise it. They're never going to realise it. They'll always leave themselves short. And this window is the first time it looks like we're going, no, we're going to fix all the problem areas. We're going to touch on the centre-backs now as well. And the fucking
we're actually doing a FIFA summer. Like
the mega business that they've done there. The fact is, all these rivals sat there and said, oh, you're fucked, you're this, you're that, you're not even any good, you're going to be fucked after Jurgen Klopp goes. And within 12 months of the manager coming in, there's a Premier League title, revitalisation for half the squad, And then the other half of the squad that he couldn't figure out, we'll just replace them with world-class players. Enjoy.
Yeah. Like I wanna come to the centre back thing, of course, in a bit, but big up to Elby says, screw that racist in the chat. Big up Sam. Don't worry about it, man. Listen, I'm used to it at this point in time. Khalas, these people just say shit for the sake of it. How does me saying my opinion on Isak have anything to do with suicide bombing? People are just mad, bro. It is what it is. Big up to you, LB. Big up to you, Steven. And big up to you, Abdulaziz, for the super chats. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are listening to Jenny and liking the video. We aren't even at 500 likes yet. We have 1,400 people in here. Let's like the video now, guys. Please like and subscribe so it helps the channel grow and we grow with you guys. It helps. Here's the thing. I think us selling Darwin is just as important as us buying Florian Wirtz and as us buying Isak. And I'll tell you why. Look, when we criticize someone for doing something wrong, we have to praise if they get it right. One of the things we have been very critical of, including myself, of Jurgen Klopp, was the fact that he was too loyal to his players and he was not ruthless enough. We'll come to the centre-back thing in a bit. But us selling Darwin Nunez actually sends a message, even to the players currently at Liverpool Football Club. Hey, yo, you don't do your job, you're gone, mate. You don't do your job, you're going to get sold. And the reason why this message is very important, because the other club that have that message is Manchester City. And Manchester City are more successful than us in the last 5 years and the most successful club in England over the last 10 years, given how much trophies they've won. If you do not deliver, you need to leave. This is the message that Liverpool are sending to the players, because this is a message that will be sent to the midfielders, to the forwards, to everyone. We said Klopp is too loyal. Klopp is the type of man that, you know, would stick to his players no matter what and want to be on their side no matter what and blah, 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 blah. Now, us selling Darwin is a sign that, yo, if you're not good enough and if you're just going to fuck up every single time I play you and I give you ample chances to perform and you don't perform, bro, you're going to get sold. You are going to get sold. And I think this is just as important. And by the way, going from Nunez to Isak is the biggest upgrade in human history known to ever exist in this planet. I think that would be like Husam going from single to dating Megan Fox right now, immediately. Like that's how bad this Darwin experience has been. Even this guy right here fell for it for a while, but Darwin has been such an interesting experience for a period of 3 years because
been interesting.
The amount of excuses we have been fed, the amount of bullshit we have been fed, and something that even Tom himself called out 3 days ago. 1 more year. Those people. Please don't think we were going to forget you. When you celebrate Isak's goals, you know, we will come back to you and we will remind you of who you wanted to remain at this football club. We will remind you of who you wanted to stay at this football club. How the same manager that you criticized for not being ruthless, you're doing the same exact thing that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not being ruthless.
I'll be honest with Sam. I'd like to think that is the mentality going forwards, but Nunez isn't the greatest example at this point in time of, we'll show you we'll be ruthless because he got 2 years too long. You could see after year one, it wasn't really going to work, but you could live in belief that year two would work. After year two, it was not going to work. Should have gone, but new manager come in. After year three, when it obviously didn't work again, it was kind of out of control. But I do think that beyond this point, it should be the example. So let's say we bring in, again, he'll come. I'm hoping that he's going to come in and smash it. But let's say for whatever reason, Jeremy Frimpong comes in and doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool, instead of doing what we've done in the past, which is, okay, we'll give him year two. Okay, we'll give him year three. I'm hoping now it's a case of, you didn't work? Shit, unlucky. Go on. We got new guy coming in, and he'll work. The thing is, in the past when we always were thinking about, he might be good year two, because there was never any idea that Liverpool would cut ties after one bad go. I think that's a little bit different now. I think that the football club are operating in an immediate future mindset for the time being, with like a side down the longer term view. So like Isak helps in the short term because for the next 2 years, Mohamed Salah has a mega striker to play to. But after those 2 years where Mohamed Salah leaves, Alexander Isak's then, 28? And at the prime age to be a face of the football club. Florian Wirtz, same thing. Immediate short-term best 10 in the world, helps out Mohamed Salah, helps out all the others. Once Salah goes, he becomes a face of the project. That's how it needs to be. And I'd like to think that we're addressing the squad in all those areas. I mean, we went into this window, and I remember us talking at the start, we thought we needed the right back, a left back, a striker, and a centre-back, and potentially a midfielder as well. Got the left back, got the right back. Looks like we're going to get a striker. Got the 10, or the midfielder, that we all thought we needed.
Which I said was a priority. You didn't. Let's keep that in mind.
Big
up Arnie. Arnie shows us who knows ball.
And
remember at the start of the window when I'm like, what would you sign, DM or 10? I said 10 and you're like, DM.
I'd still like a DM now, Husam. I know this is like the gluttony they speak of in the Bible or whatever, but I do want another DM on top of that, just to
Look
you know.
at you getting greedy. You want a DM and the centre back.
I know. You know what it is? I've had nothing. I've been feeding off scraps, and all of a sudden I've been welcomed into the palace, and they've given me all the nice food. And I'm going, I'll have a bit more then.
You're like at a buffet right now.
I'm testing the patience. But yeah, all the problem is that we went into this window talking about that we needed to address, we've addressed. And it looks like the ones that we haven't already got, we're going to get. I mean, I'm sure we can talk about the centre-backs now. I like Jarell Quansah. I think there's a good young centre-back there who just had a real wobble.
Have you said everything you want to say about Isak? That's you don't want to say
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get any more angry people come at me in the comments calling me a fucking greasy scouse twat just because I think that Alexander Isak's going to say, you know what, I'll go from being the leading man at Newcastle to the leading man at Liverpool.
Can you hold that? It's been banned anyway by the chat. Let me just read these three super chats because they're related to Isak and then we'll move on to talk about Guehi and Quansah. People complaining we only getting 40 to 50 million for donkeys, what Jack is saying.
Mate, I thought we were going to get 30.
I do think there is a bit of complaint there because we could have got 70 in January. That's it.
Yeah, but I get that. And I think it's hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Because we're sitting there going, you know, if we get that 70 in January, we probably don't miss out on the title, anyway, because he didn't really play much.
Yeah, because Nunez didn't do anything except 3 points.
Yeah, but in the same breath, in that moment when they were going, look, there's 70 million there, but we can't get the striker we wanted. I know that we asked about Husam, but it was too complicated to get figured out. So we tried, but we weren't going to get one in. So they went, look, let's not risk it. We've got a good thing going here. We'll take the hit as long as we can guarantee a title. So in that case, I'm not against it per se. 50 mil is what you're going to get for him. We can't be sitting there expecting to make close to our money back because across 3 years...
It's impossible to make our money back. Impossible.
Across 3 years, he hasn't given me a good season.
Yeah.
If I sit there, if I sit there, I buy a car, I have it for 3 years, I'm fixing it every other week, and when it drives, it just constantly turns left, even though I'm turning the wheel right. I can't sit there when I'm going to sell it and go, I want my money back. It's not how it works. We were never going to get our money back for Darwin Nunez. But if we're going to get 45 for him after you paid, 80, I've made just over half my money back on one of the shittest strikers I've seen play for the football club. I'll take it in a run.
And he's given us irreversible damage.
I'll take it in a run.
It's worth putting 10 quid bet on the quad, is what Eddie's saying. Listen, I'm not a betting man, you know this, Ed, but yeah, fair.
It's not completely crazy to say.
Klopp would have kept Robbo as a starter, is what Ahmed is saying. Not just Klopp. Tom Little would have kept Robbo as a starter.
I mean, I wouldn't have kept him as a starter. He would have been with backup.
Here we go.
We say that, though. Klopp did end up getting rid of Henderson and Fabinho. So I think he turned at the very back end of it. But it was just like a bit of too little, too late type thing.
The thing is with this loyalty thing, the problem is sometimes I see it in our own fan base, and that's why I question it. It's the same thing with Quansah today, which we'll move on to talk about now in a bit. If you could get any, which would you prefer, Alvarez or Isak?
Because I've got Wirtz now.
I won't live in the moment. I'll say Alvarez still. I won't even lie.
Yeah, just because I've got Wirtz, who I think should be playing as the 10, I'd go Isak. If I hadn't got Wirtz, I'd have went Alvarez because I think Alvarez is the mix between the two.
There is one big reason why I choose Alvarez over Isak, and it's just a small detail. Fitness. Like
Okay,
injury.
no, I hear that. I hear that. That's a perfectly good
Do I
reason.
think Alvarez would play 38 Premier League games for us next season? Yes. He's capable of it. Do I think Isak is? To be honest, no. I think Isak will play 32 games, 33 games.
Yeah, but I think that's all I really need.
Of course. Like, I don't need him to play Leeds at home. I mentioned this earlier on
like
today.
I can play a Diaz or a Jota in that game. I'm all right with that. I just need my striker fit for the big moments.
Here's like I hear it, man.
I think as well, Alvarez's game, he thrives on dropping into the spaces, which I think Wirtz wants to get into. Like, Wirtz is going to want to be floating round off the striker. Alvarez likes to drop in as that pseudo striker and have runs beyond them. This is what I'm saying. If we had Szoboszlai as the starting 10 next year, it'd make a lot more sense for Alvarez, because Alvarez could drop in to these gaps, pick up the ball. And one thing Szoboszlai is still really good at is these runs beyond the centre backs that he can, and then he can play the pass to him, and all of a sudden he's on side, and we've got 3 players rushing in to get a cutback. So I think in that case, it would have made a lot more sense to Alvarez. Now, though, that I've got Wirtz, who I want to be this creative hub in the centre, don't really want my striker to also be dropping in and trying to take up spaces there. I want my striker now to be sitting in the 18-yard box, getting onto crosses, passes, rebounds, little scrappy drop downs, anything in the box that Alexander Isak can sniff out and hit. I want him to hit. I think next year you might see a little bit of a drop off in terms of goals from Salah, but I think you could see his assist numbers go through the roof. Genuinely. Because you've got players who can finish.
Salah can't facilitate. The guy with the most big chances created 2 years ago and the guy with the most assists this season can't facilitate. By the way, you want to know the reason why it will work? Salah. The same thing that they say why it won't work is the same reason why it will work, which is Salah. By the way, big up to Asim for the raid. Big up to the Born and Red community. Do like the video on your way in. Do subscribe. Big up to you, Asim. The funny part for me is, if you think about it, here's the thing. Salah is going to have to do what Steph did now when KD came to the Warriors. Because now you need to understand that, yes, I am the best player in the world. Yes, I am the best player in this league. Yes, I am the best forward in this league, numbers-wise, factually-wise, this season. But if there is anyone who is able to change his game to facilitate for its striker, it's the same guy that became a touchline winger to feed Donkey Kong. I'm supposed to now say that he can't feed Alexander Isak, or he can't feed Alvarez, or he can't feed these guys. Are you mad? People are talking about Wirtz having this many assists and blah, blah, blah. By the way, Salah is going to have crazy assist numbers next season. Are you guys aware of this?
Can I just ask a question on this?
Ask.
If Mohamed Salah can't work with 2 forwards who are also of a similar stature, how the fuck did Salah, Mane, Firmino work so well for how many years? Because what Salah, Mane, Firmino was a goal scorer in Sadio Mane, a facilitator, creator, pseudo midfielder in Wirtz, and Mohamed Salah. So why the fuck can that not work the same year? Mohamed Salah.
That's what I'm saying. The same reason why they say it won't work is actually the reason why it will work. That's the funny part.
Mohamed Salah in 7 years has changed his game from being the best goal scorer in the Premier League to the best assister in the Premier League to I'll just be the best of both in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like,
he's changed his game 3 times. He became a touchline winger, by the way, just to help. So I think this is just mad delusion to say that he can't do it. Not sound deluded, but if we land Isak, has any team moved this mad in a window since Madrid got CR7? No! You're not deluded at all. We are moving madder than everyone else.
There might be a City window, a very early City window.
Name it.
So, did they not get like Aguero, Silva, Yaya Toure and all that in the same window? Or was that spread across a couple?
That wasn't in the same window.
Was it not? I don't remember exactly, but
Yaya Toure left after 08-09. Yaya Toure was a City player in 09-10, no?
Was he?
Bro, remember, didn't he fall out with Pep and then leave? Let me check. Wikipedia. Okay, you check David Silva, I'll check Yaya Toure. You check.
I'm just checking it by ear. because they won the title in 11-12, and that was when Aguero joined.
I'll check it out.
No, you're right. Yeah, neither of them joined. I thought they joined the same year. No.
Yeah, City
So-
joined 2010. Yep, I knew it. He joined 2010. Yeah,
So
too,
so
right?
maybe Silva and Torre joined the same year. Yeah,
Let
they
me check.
did. So Dzeko, Torre, Balotelli, Silva, Milner, Boateng all joined the same year. Aguero
Say
joined
that
the year
again
after.
slowly.
Dzeko. By the way, I don't think this is better than Liverpool's. I thought Aguero was in this, but he's not. Dzeko, Torre, Balotelli, David Silva, Kolarov, Milner, Boateng.
Nah, if you
Yeah, I
included
don't think
Aguero,
that-
you would have a case. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you included Aguero,
I thought
you'd have a
Aguero was
case.
part of that group, but he weren't. He came in a year
If you'd
after.
included Aguero, you'd have had a case. But without
If
Aguero,
you combined City's 10-11 to their 11-12 window, and then you were adding Aguero, Nasri, and Clichy to that, then I think you've got a case.
then yeah. But as things stand, this is probably the best maybe window ever we've
Tell you
seen.
what, though,
specifically given
getting Yaya
circumstances.
Toure and David Silva in the same window was a fucking joke.
It is.
Honest
it
to
is a
God.
joke. It is a joke. It is. Appreciate you, Adarsh. By the way, just so you know, before we even talk about Guehi and Quansah, sorry, Tom. I kind of want to send a message to the Liverpool fans here, and this is something to all of you guys. Stop allowing rival fans to change the narrative just to piss you off. They tried it with Kerkez and Florian Wirtz, and now they're gonna try bullshit with this Isak stuff. Guys, don't allow people to change the narrative. The same people that told you Isak is not happening and it would be unfair and they would stop watching football are now trying to create some silly ass excuses just to get your excitement levels down because their bum ass football clubs have done nothing. Have Chelsea signed anyone? Have Arsenal signed anyone? Have any of
Chelsea
these
signed the
football
lap.
clubs signed anyone?
Chelsea got
Chelsea
the lap.
signed the lap fairs, but have they signed anyone like of Wirtz caliber? Or are they
No.
linked to anyone Isak caliber? No. Don't let
No.
them change the narratives. Because guess what? Had Arsenal been linked to Isak and signed Isak, the narrative would be completely different. Oh, look, Arsenal are being serious in the transfer window. They're trying to win the league now, blah, 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 blah.
You know what it would be if Arsenal got him?
him?
The Henry successor has arrived.
Exactly.
The new Henry is here. When we get him, it's Swedish Andy Carroll.
Yeah, and he has injury prone and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Mhm.
people just changing their energy. Don't let people change.
But this is what you want to hear, people. Flawless says it best. If rivals are bigging up your moves, you should be more worried because then they don't make them. You know how we're talking about Sesko, and I'm going, I'd love for Arsenal to sign Sesko. It's not because I think he's good. So rivals sitting here trying to downplay our players and say we shouldn't be signing them and this, that, and the other. They're fucking terrified. They are terrified of what we could do next year because they know we've got a better manager than pretty much the entire league. We've got a better squad than the entire league.
City, to be fair.
The manager's the only one. Like squad-wise, I think we've got a better squad than City.
Yeah.
Big players-wise, I think we've got a better
It's
team
so mad
of
to
world-class
say that
players.
right now, but it's fucking true as well.
Everything is set up in the right way for us.
Yeah.
Do not let rivals try and take that away. They are terrified of us. Embrace the fear. When Florian Wirtz is announced tomorrow and they start trying to do fucking Ryan Cherky comms, show them the 45 minutes against Wydad Casablanca where he couldn't complete a fucking pass and then get on with your day and enjoy the fact Liverpool are boiling everyone's piss by signing world-class footballers. Because that was their whole argument.
Oh, Tom, when you talk like that, you make a City fan go mad. So keep on spitting. Cry more, you fucking bobs. Kerkez. Kerkez.
You know what though, Husam? I can't help but think that's slightly offensive to Shakira, you know.
Oh,
Because
God.
Shakira's hips didn't lie. But I'll tell you what, Ryan Cherky's hips lied against Wydad Casablanca. He couldn't beat a man. His hips were lying. He was trying to go left and he couldn't go right. His hips were lying. The hips do lie. But when he's not
I
coming on
love this
against
channel, man. We are so toxic around here.
when he's not coming on against tired legs at 5-1 down, the hips start lying very quickly.
Interesting. I still think we need a DM like Wharton because Wirtz is not going to do the running like Sobo, and we don't have the midfielder that can consistently move the ball forward. I hear that logic.
Well, I
and
think
it's
this
a
is
fair
where we need
logic
to talk about
dependent on the way we play. That's
I
all
think
I
this is
say.
where we need to talk about the centre back though, because I think that having
We will know.
Mark Guehi is an incredible passer of the football. So you
Yeah.
could get away, not saying you should do this, but you could get away with having your deep build-up coming from your centre-backs with Van Dijk and Guehi, two really good passers, pinging it into whoever they need to ping it into.
Yeah. Abdulaziz, I think there is a constructive point you made there. I'm not shutting it down completely. I think you are being very fair and objective, but we'll discuss it now in the next section. Big up Husam and Tom. If not Isak, then Ektike. I like Ektike. I've been very objective about this from the start. Ektike is Timo Isak, you know? Like, if there is one Isak from Wish, it's Ektike. So why not? And make sure you guys are listening to Redline and Teranga. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. We do have 1,500 people in here. Tom's little channel is also in the title, guys. So please do go give him a subscribe. Do show him some love. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel too. And let's talk about Guehi and Quansah. Obviously, this Quansah thing became a bit quicker and quicker and quicker. Same with the Guehi news is kind of coming out. Actually, a player that both me and you like in Mark Guehi. But talk to me first. What do you think about Quansah leaving the football club, who you said is better than Konate?
Oh, here we go. I'm sad he's going. Because I do think there's a very good centre-back in there somewhere. But he had what happens with every young player. He had the wobble. Every young player has a wobble at some point. And he had his wobble big time this season after that Ipswich game. And he never got back into the manager's good books. And in that case, I think it's right for him to move on, and it's right for the club to get the money for him. I'm not going to forget how good he can be when he's on it, because there is a very good centre-back there, but he is not going to realise that under this manager who has lost faith in him. So Liverpool had to move him on, get a lot of good money for him, which, you know, getting close to 40 million quid for him after the season that he's had is good money. And the fact that we're going to invest that plus, 5 million quid more at most into getting Crystal Palace's captain, England full international, 24-year-old, 150 Premier League games, one of the better centre-backs outside the 100, outside the, Big Six type thing. That's a mega deal. The fact that we're going to basically strengthen our entire defence this summer for 100 million quid cannot go under the radar, people. You cannot let people forget that we're about to strengthen our entire defence for a 100 million quid spend, about a net spend of 65 million. That's brilliant. Mark Guehi is a really good centre-back. I don't know why people have been always like, oh, no, he's not good enough for Liverpool. No, Mark Guehi is good enough for Liverpool Football Club. And I think he's someone who will give Jarrell Konate, Ibu Konate, a run for his money in terms of starts. I do think that's someone who can push Ibu to a new level, because Guehi is comfortable on both the left or right, which is something that we really needed because we have no centre-back who can play on the left aside from Van Dijk. So getting someone who's comfortable on the left, good. And he's someone who can push Konate for a starting spot on the right. And it gives us the option now to rotate our centre-backs and not have to play Van Dijk 50 games a season and not have to play Konate 45 games a season.
You're a very sly guy, though, because you just said build up from Guehi. So are you saying Konate goes to the bench?
No, not at all.
Because we both know Guehi ain't going to play left back because Kerkez is coming.
No. Again, you're not going to like this. There will be certain games where I think Guehi's style of play is needed. Konate has got a good long pass in him now. But Konate's not the guy I want playing the intricate balls through the lines to my midfielders.
I do agree. Guehi, I think, is a better passer.
Guehi's a better passer. So if I'm against opposition where they're in a low block and I need someone who can help potentially fire the ball through lines, I'll play Guehi. The way I can liken it, you know how this season in games where we were struggling to break down low blocks, Ibu Konate was took off. So like your Fulhams, your Forests, etc. They're the type of games where I think Guehi would start. Because you don't need to take someone off then to facilitate all that. You just put Guehi in, he can break through lines with his passing. And then the games against the opposition who you're not necessarily going to need that, but you need a guy who's a bit stronger, a bit quicker, a bit more physical. That's where Ibu starts. And then you also get the option when you're playing Burnley at home to play Guehi and Konate together and not worry about both of them falling off a cliff because they don't trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a really, really, really good deal, all things considered.
I think replacing Quansah with Guehi money is replacing Guehi with Quansah money is the definition of upgrade. We get a lot better with Mark Guehi, by the way. A lot better.
100%.
I think Guehi is bro, you know, people don't like when I say stuff like this, right? I'll say this for the people at the back. Premier League experience matters when you want to go back to back in the Premier League. What does this mean? If I need Mark Guehi to play away at the Etihad, if I need him to play away at the Emirates, if I need him to play in any of these stadiums, it's not like it's his first ever experience in these stadiums. It's not like it's his first ever experience of football games in these teams, because guess what? He has captained Crystal Palace, and I mean captained Crystal Palace to actually being a team.
He captained them to the first ever trophy in their
Yeah,
club history.
and he's captained Crystal Palace to being a team that actually gave a lot of big sides tough games. So for me, that shows the ability of actually, listen, if Konate does go down injured and I need Mark Guehi for a period of 6-7 games, he's going to be way more than enough. Way more than enough. And for me, with all due respect to Quansah, he's a massive upgrade on Quansah. The thing, you want to know what the problem with Quansah is? He never really did anything wrong, but he was always at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it was fucking Murphy's Law with him. He'd be at every scene of the crime. He wouldn't do anything wrong most of the time. Or it wouldn't be his fault most of the time. So I felt for him on that regard. But if my centre-back options next season are Van Dijk, Konate, Guehi, and then as cover for everywhere, Gomez, that's fucking good. That's good. So I'm all for it. I think it's a really, really good signing. And the Palace fans speak dead high of him, which is always a good thing as well. They look gutted to lose him, so I'm buzzing for it. I think that's probably the most underrated deal of the window, because I do.
Do you think this means that Gomez stays now?
I don't think it necessarily means he stays, but I do think it means that we are less willing to negotiate over his price.
Elaborate.
So, if someone offers us 30 million quid for Joe Gomez, I think we take it. But I think if someone offers us 20 million, I think we just say, no, you're paying the asking price, because we ideally want to keep him. Whereas if Quansah was staying, I think it would be a case of, well, would you do 25 and we'll put in a couple of add-ons and all that. Whereas I think it just has a set asking price type thing. Because we can't...
Me and you both like Mark Guehi, but I'm going to give you a negative scenario. Because this is something that could happen. Not that I want it to happen, not that I'm predicting it to happen. I'm simply saying it could happen. Let me tell you the scenario. Let's say that Guehi is the Konate replacement. How does that change your mind, and does that make you think then?
Bit of a blow, because I do think Konate is better than Guehi, but I don't think Guehi is a massive drop-off. I would like us to, I'd want us to replace Konate with a player of equal quality, but I do understand that's hard. So if it means that Guehi comes in and then we go and buy a young 21, 22-year-old centre-back who has the potential to exceed what Konate was, but he's got the safety blanket of a Guehi there for like the first year or two to step in when he's not on it, I think that also works. It's a blow, but it's not crisis in the way it would have been if Konate went our backups with Quansah and Gomez.
Me and my chat think the same way. Does Ivo run down his contract, or do we sell now? Because that's my only worry. Because I look at it from a perspective of, I just don't think the club is going to repeat what happened with Trent.
I'll be honest, I think they're quite willing to. I think this will be the last one, but I think they're willing to let Konate's contract run throughout the season and try and get him to sign a new deal. I think that's the case.
Whose contract expires next summer?
2027?
Yeah.
Who? In the summer of 2027, fucking everyone.
No, 2026.
Oh, 2026. Ibu, Robbo, but I think Robbo's going to go, and that's it. It would have been Connor Bradley. No, Alisson's 2027. 2027 is when fucking everyone goes. Salah, Van Dijk, Alisson, Diaz, Jota.
Are you sure about this information? Where can you find contract news?
Why are you dousing my information, Husam?
Let me check. Where do you get the contract stuff?
Just says Liverpool contract expiry on, and it'll be transfer market probably.
Where is it? Transfer market.
Yeah. 2027.
What do you write? Contract expiry.
Yeah, Liverpool contract expiry is 2027. So 2027, Diaz, Salah, Jones, Jota, Elliot, Van Dijk, Alisson, Gomez, Simicast, Endo.
Bro, where the fuck are you finding this? Can you share screen?
Mate, oh my fucking god. How can you not work transfer market?
Because it's not letting me get to this thing.
Oh my god.
Just share screen, Tom. Why are you so angry? Zoom in, mate.
So 2027, Diaz, Salah, Jones.
No, 2026.
2026.
Let's start next summer first.
Canate, Kelleher, who's gone, and Robertson.
Okay, we good then. So you're saying this is the last time?
Yeah, this is the last window where they can out because 2027, Diaz, Salah, Jones, Jota, Elliot, Van Dijk, Alisson, Gomez, Simicast, Endo. 2028 is, I think, McAllister's year. McAllister, Soboslai, Gravenberch, Gakpo, Nunez, Chiesa. So our entire first choice midfield is out of contract in 3 years' time. As well as the first choice left winger. So this summer, or this period of time, is the last one which I think they allow to happen. After that, they're tight on these negotiations because we can't be letting 8 players go into the last 12 months of the deal. It's fucked. Because do you want to know what I think it was? I think we were in a very similar situation. Remember the summer of 2021 where we got like 7 contracts done in that summer?
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them were in the last 2 years or last year of their deal when they got done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you'll see something similar to that again. That's why I think we're trying to
I really am an unk, chat. I can't even lie to you. Everyone mocking me, calling me unk. You guys are spitting because even on the fucking search, I still can't get up what Tom just got up. But anyway, it is what it is. Thing is, like, okay. Everyone in the chat,
you know what though? Let me just address Gagging Deep though. If I sell Canate, I'm not going to get the money Canate's worth. I'll get Mark Guehi
now we get
money.
40.
Yeah, I get Mark
yeah?
Guehi money, but I'm buying Mark Guehi. Who can I buy for 40 million quid who's on a level with Canate?
I was about to ask you that same exact
I can't
question.
buy anyone, so I'm better
Okay,
off.
but you have to answer the hypotheticals, Tom. Let's say he goes for 40. Who do you buy? Now what?
I don't know. I don't want anyone. Like I'd buy Nathan Zeze from Nantes and try and hope Guehi's good enough for a year or two as a starter.
Say that again. Who the fuck you buying?
Nathan Zeze from Nantes, a left footer. He's like 20, but he's got really good potential.
Would you take Yazan Larab? Jordanian captain?
Nah, I'm alright, I'm alright.
Currently plays in South Korea. Got us to was unbelievable on the road to the World Cup.
No,
the thing is, here's the thing.
No.
There's a piece of me that says, surely Konate renews. But you know how, like, you never know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say Nasser Al-Khelaifi is calling and they want the Marquinhos replacement and they look at Konate as the replacement. Then what?
Then we're fucked.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, keep saying fucking Bastoni. This is
not getting Bastoni.
It's not. Guys. Bastoni and Barella are not going to leave Italy. They're not. Okay? Remember when Real Madrid did the whole thing and spent fucking 900 gazillion on the midfielders? Barella rejected even Real Madrid. Khalas. He's staying in Italy, Habibi. Put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. He's not leaving Italy.
We are also not getting Pacho. He has just won the fucking treble with PSG. He is not going to leave PSG. At the end of the day,
I love. Remember, I think Pacho was someone me and you brought up 2 years ago on one stream.
Me and you both want to win next year. We want to win the league again, and we want to try and win the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, Ibu Konate gives me a better chance of that than whatever guy I try and replace him with for 40 million quid. No. He's not better
Big
than
like,
Konate.
though. I like Hinchcap here.
Konate gives us more of a chance of winning what we want to win than the 40 million
Tom,
quid.
I want to make this
to
clear.
replace him.
I completely agree with you. I want us to keep Ibrahima Konate. And I think Konate gives us a better chance at winning the Premier League. Again, I am in complete agreement. I'm simply saying, what if he comes back and he wants to move to PSG?
Then he can move for free. I just have to bite the bullet and not let it happen again.
You know what?
I can't buy a centre back better than him. And I need to maximise the next 2 years. But they would not do Branthwaite for 40 million quid plus dope. You want to give him a new contract and get 100 million quid for him. You're not getting him for that price.
Okay, here's the thing.
But Sam, stop trying to give me hypotheticals that none
No.
of them are going to
I
change
want
my
to say
mind.
something. I refuse to do Tom Little. I'm not going to be wrong and strong. I actually completely agree with Tom. I would rather lose Ibrahima Konate on a free next summer, but give myself the best possible chance at winning the Premier League and the Champions League. I'm sorry. I agree with Tom 100%. As much as content is about disagreeing and stuff.
You're all right. You've agreed with me.
I am, but
you're running a fever or something.
Because here's the thing. If Konate signs an extension, you could probably get 70 million for Konate, 80 million, never mind 40 in today's market. However, I'm saying, do I want to risk possibly winning the English Premier League and the UEFA Champions League to get an extra 30 million? And by the way, let's keep something in mind. The money that the clubs are now making from winning the Champions League and winning the Premier League, it's worth it. I'm sorry. I'm taking the risk. I'm making him run down his contract. And as Tom said, I'm going to make sure that this is the last time that this is going to happen. I'm going to make sure that this is the last time that this happened, because I like, yeah, exactly. Red line of Taranga even saying, and now I'm hearing the logic and I agree now. We need to go back to back. That's what I'm saying, bro. Listen.
If I was getting 70 mil for Konate, then it's more of a conversation, because I might be able to get a decent centre. I might be able to get a replacement and get like a Luke Cable or something and try and stop the bleeding. But who the fuck am I getting for 40 million quid?
Okay, I'll give you a simple solution. Let's say Rudiger decides he wants to leave Real Madrid. Konate goes to Real Madrid. We get Rudiger. You okay with that?
No.
Okay, me personally, I would be okay with it.
I think Rudiger's fucked. I think that last injury, I mean, he's injured at the minute. I think that last injury's the beginning of the end for him.
Fair. But for me, the only way, the only way is if we could get like one of the best of the best. Okay, I'm going to ask you the last hypothetical. Wait. I'm going to ask you the last hypothetical. This is the last hypothetical, Tom, because me and you agree. What if we sell Ibrahima Konate for 40 million, put 50 million on top of that, and go sign William Saliba?
Sure, yeah. That'd be funny just for the piss boiling.
No, I'm not even talking about piss boiling. Like, would you do that if given a chance?
I'd rather keep Konate. I think Konate is better for Van Dijk than Saliba is.
Listen, man.
Saliba plays too much like Van Dijk. If I've got both of them in the back, neither of them are going to want to engage with the player. Konate is at least someone who's.
I didn't diss Bastoni, okay? Bastoni wants to stay in Italy, okay? Saliba is not similar situation, okay? It's not like he's like, I love the fish and chips in London, bro. Like, it's a different thing, bro.
Do you know the only one that I think is rumoured to be leaving that I might give it a half a second of thought to? If Tottenham don't want all that much money for Christian Romero above what we sold Konate for.
Because the issue is they want a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the problem. If they're asking for like 80 or 100, I'm not doing it. But if they're asking for like 60, so it's Konate plus 20, I might think about it, because I think Van Dijk could just get onto him and tell him to stop being a
The thing
prick.
is, Romero's aggressive as fuck, which would help us. Like, that's the thing. Because when you have Van Dijk, you need someone aggressive as shit next to him. You do need someone aggressive. Staffy, with all due respect, there is no better combination on football YouTube than Husam X Tom. I'm gonna be sorry with you. It's like a combination made in, like, just for the elite levels. You get me?
I like
Van
how we
de
didn't
Ven,
say,
I
like how
actually
we didn't
wouldn't
say
take.
Staffy X Sam Little, because that'd just be me and him slagging off Ollie Watkins for an hour straight, finding any English striker who's
Oh,
better
I
than
would join you guys in that. I hate Ollie Watkins. I never forgive him.
him. Like,
I have a
so bad.
hate relationship with Ollie Watkins. I can't stand him.
By the way, the Van de Ven thing, they both Van de Ven wants to play on the left side because he's left-footed. Van Dijk wants to play on the left side. Who the fuck's playing right centre back?
No, I don't like Van de Ven at Liverpool. Romero makes a bit more sense. Listen, here's the thing. We need to establish this. I think there is 2 centre backs in the Premier League better than Konate, and only 2. Virgil van Dijk and Gabriel Magalhaes. That's it. I think Konate is better than everyone else. I'm simply asking Tom hypotheticals, and actually, I took a step back and I agreed with Tom. At the end of the day, if you tell me we win the Premier League, I'm taking the risk of selling him on a free because I don't give a fuck. I want us to win. I'm at the stage now where I want us to win. We win, take it all day.
Plus, let's say we keep him. Let's say we hold on Ave and keep him. And then come January, we're flying in all the competitions, and he comes to the table and goes, I'll sign. Then we fucking smashed out the park, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I'd rather the chance to keep him than a fucking £40 million replacement. That's the way I see it. Cannot is an £8 million football. I'm not going to replace that for half the price.
You made such a decent point that even I agreed with you. If Newcastle reject and we get Hugo, still a good window. Okay, let's ask the question now to Tom and this whole chat. This is our transfer window now. Okay, hold tight. This is Liverpool's transfer window. Guehi, Wirtz, Kerkez, Frimpong, Ekitike. Rate that window out of 10.
9.9.
9.9. I'll rate that transfer window 9 out of 10. Because Isak will give me 1 extra point. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. It's just,
that's why I said 9.9. Everything's perfect apart from the striker.
Yeah.
I don't want Timu, Isak. I want Isak or one of the other ones, not the B-Tech version of him.
Yeah, I want original.
Because you know what? Nunez was B-Tech Haaland. Nunez was Timu.
Oh.
He was.
No, he was not, lad. Stop
He
it.
was. Everyone
Don't
was
ever
calling him.
disrespect Erling Haaland like that.
Everyone when he signed was calling him Erling Haaland from Wish, and that went fucking well, didn't it? So I don't want to do any more Timu. Just get me the real version.
Man said I ain't buying Timo anymore. Fairs.
No, I got scammed once and never again.
Fairs. I would rate it a 9 out of 10. The only thing that would increase it by 1 score is literally just that. Just the Isak thing. Final super chat of the day here before we wrap up chat. Yeah, you get me? So
Why in God's name are you selling Gakpo?
Wait. Kelleher, Quansah, Doak, Gakpo, Robbo, Nunez, Elliot, Morton, Isak, centre back, and a midfield. Yeah, but then you're leaving yourself completely short in terms of depth. You can't just sell everyone.
I have one winger.
Yeah. If you made that with Malik Fofana, maybe I would change my mind. But
no, I'm not selling Gakpo. Why the fuck would I sell Gakpo?
Yeah, I wouldn't sell.
If there was a winger that has to go, it's Diaz.
You can't say Diaz has to go, Tom.
That's why I said if there is a winger that has to go, it has to be Diaz. He's got 2 years left on his deal.
Unpopular opinion. If we keep Isak, I would rather sell Gakpo. Here we go. Get mad because I made a perfectly valid footballing point. Get mad. Why? Husam made valid football point and you're mad. With Isak, it's better to have Diaz with Isak.
How though? Diaz doesn't cross the ball.
With Ekitike, it's better to have Gakpo.
No, it's the other way around.
No?
It's the other way around because Ekitike wants to get into the positions that Gakpo wants to. Ekitike wants to pick the ball up in the positions that Gakpo picks the ball up in. Ekitike drifts to the left. That works if you've got Diaz who can drift in the middle. Gakpo don't want to drift. Gakpo wants to stay out wide and do his cut in and shoot. Isak wants to stay in middle, so Gakpo can do cut in, shoot, cut in, cross, whatever he wants to do. Gakpo also is more willing to create for others. Diaz, not the greatest creator. Good at beating a man, better at beating a man, but he's not got the best cross on him. I bought a 6'2" striker. I want to put some balls in the box. That's my line of thinking. If I had Ekitike, maybe Diaz is better. But for this line of work, if I've got Alexander Isak coming in, I'm going Gakpo.
I hear what you're saying, but I stick by my opinion. I think
Plus,
Diaz works better than Isak.
To replace Diaz is easier than to replace Gakpo. Because profile-wise, you know what Malik Fofana reminds me of? The Diaz we signed from Porto. That's what I see when I watch Malik Fofana. The Diaz we signed from Porto.
I hear you.
I can't find another version of Gakpo on the market outside of Kenan Yildiz. And Yildiz won't move this summer.
I actually think Yildiz is a bit overrated, but hey,
Oh, I love Yildiz. I love Yildiz.
I like him, but I wouldn't go as far as love. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Make sure you guys are liking our way out. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. We have 1,400 people, even as we're wrapping up the stream. Tom Little is in the title. Please go give him a subscribe. Love to every single one of you guys. Love to every super chatter. Love to everyone who liked the stream. Love to everyone who shared the stream. Big up to all of you guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow early, inshallah, like 11:45 a.m. UK time, something like this. I'll run a short stream before Kopish. And we got the Liverpool show at night as well. So, yeah. Love to all of you guys. Like the video, subscribe. And I will see you back tomorrow morning, inshallah. See you guys.